Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we have got a short episode for you. We are doing a really simple meal idea. It's really not even fair for me to make this a full recipe episode, but to make up for it in these times, in the middle of the episode, we're going to go over the exact details of the washing the hands meme thing that has kind of become part of Butter Cook Something. So we are going to cook buffalo style chicken wings and we're gonna wash our hands. Sound like fun? Cool, let's do it. I'm Boater, let's cook something. So we're gonna need just a few things for buffalo chicken wings. So ingredient board, can you...
Good afternoon.
I thought you were gonna get ready for this week.
No, sorry. I've become accustomed to this life and have decided to retire. I've been training my successor.
Okay, where is this understudy?
Across from me, under the Diablo apron.
Hello, and what's your name?
My name is, spell component board.
Okay, we'll go for it. Spell ingredient board.
Component.
Sorry, spell component board. What are we going to need for buffalo chicken wings?
You're crowding me.
Okay, sorry, I'll go back to my spot and you tell me.
Thanks. Sorry. I'm just very nervous. Thanks for understanding.
You're doing great.
Thanks. Okay. We're going to need 24 chicken wings.
For wings, you can either get them as the already pre-cut ones. My local grocery store refers to these as party wings. You can also get them, and this one is still frozen because I'm not using this tonight. You can get them while they are still together as full wings. You get the drum, the flat, as well as a little extra bit that has a name that I'm putting right here. And now we all know. You can get them like that. It's slightly more expensive a pound because there's that part that you're not using, and cutting them can be very frustrating. Just get in between the bones and the joints and the whatever. I hate it, I can't stand it. So I was able to find them pre-cut, and that's what we're doing today.
1/4 cup of Frank's Red Hot sauce.
Frank's Red Hot is the original one used for this. I don't know how other hot sauces stack up as far as compared heat or whatever, but if you want to be authentic, this is what you're using, especially because we're making a few compromises down the line, but it will still come out fine.
1/4 cup of butter.
You'll be combining the Red Hot and the butter.
Good job.
I had a good teacher.
And that is for the standard buffalo sauce, what we all know and love as buffalo sauce, buffalo wings. A note on nomenclature. I grew up learning about these as buffalo wings. You may have heard of them as chicken wings. If you are in Buffalo, then you would just call them wings. I kind of prefer a midpoint where, you know, I'll call them buffalo wings because that helps to distinguish from teriyaki or barbecue or garlic parmesan, which I haven't made, but we should. Anyway, as I said, there is going to be a slight deviation from how these would normally be done, and that is in an air fryer that you see behind me over here, as opposed to baking them or in a deep fat fryer. However, as we're about to find out, that is still perfectly acceptable. Brian, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, buddy?
Good. Hey, a couple super quick odd questions.
Okay.
Where would you say you are from, to someone that is not from your area?
I mean, where I live is New York. If I'm like talking about like where I grew up, I would say I'm from Buffalo.
Okay, okay. And then when you were last over, do you remember what we had when you first came here?
We had wings.
We had wings! And he refers to them as wings. And would you say that they were acceptable? Would you say that they were good?
Yes, I would.
Awesome. There you have it. Thanks, Brian. Bye. So we're gonna make them and someone from Buffalo approves. Let's get started. Okay, we are going to press the Make Meat Better button, salt and pepper. I've already removed the wrap from the wings, so we're just going to season these really quick, just in the same packaging. No reason to get more stuff dirty. Aside from some spillover onto the counter, that's kind of inevitable. You will be my chicken hand.
Chickens don't have hands, Boater.
They have wings.
Haha, zing.
Make sure we're seasoned on both sides. And then it is time to put these in our air fryer bucket. So as I mentioned, there are multiple ways that you can do wings. The standard way is with a deep fat fryer, and that is, you know, a vat of what, 400, 500 degree hot oil that's right there. And because that requires using a fair amount of oil to deep fry them the whole time, it's not quite as healthy, and just, it's like 500 degree just thing right here, I don't know, whatever. Air fryer, it's what I have, and it works really well. You can also bake them 45 minutes, half of that, and then you flip them halfway through that, and maybe put the sauce on first, whatever. But be prepared for your kitchen to be filled with smoke for like 40 minutes. No, we're just dropping these right in as is. Although I said that we're doing 2 dozen wings, we're only gonna do a dozen at a time, or as happens to confusingly be in this package, 11. Stick them in your basket with the skin upward, because the skin is most likely to stick to the basket. It's gonna make your cleanup bad. It's going to just be really hard to turn them and make sure that they're cooked all the way around. So just make sure that we are skin up on the wings in the bucket. Also, do not stack them. You can maybe just slightly, okay, this one's kind of stacked a little bit in the corner here just to get them to fit. But if I was to do 2 dozen, put them all together, they just would not cook in there. An air fryer depends on air being able to move around the wings. So you need to leave a little bit of room for that. We're gonna pop these in here for 380 degrees for 12 minutes, flipping them halfway through. At least that's what you would normally do, because you would do the 12 minutes at 380 and then 5 minutes at 400 in order just to crisp them up a little more. My air fryer can only go up to 380, so we're gonna do that for the full 17 minutes and an extra minute to be safe. That was the wrong button. No, no, stop it. Cool, now wash your hands. So I did only use 1 chicken hand here, but we'll say both of our hands are full of chicken stuff, so let's get started. First, run water, just get them a little bit wet, and then get some soap. I have the self-foaming stuff. If you have a bar soap or something that isn't self-foaming, whatever, it's there, it's fine. So we need to fully lather our hands. So that starts with the fronts, the backs like this, making sure that that's all good. Now, in between the fingers, they say 20 seconds is a good guideline, but if you do all these steps, and there's a fair amount of steps, then you'll do 20 seconds without even trying. Around the thumbs, because this doesn't necessarily get the back of that thumb, so we'll make sure that both thumbs are all set. Your fingernails have stuff in them. It doesn't take much for chicken stuff to get under there, so we're gonna tuck our fingers around like this and just kind of mush them. Hello, I'm getting clean. And then just a little bit around the back of your hands as well. And that makes sure that we've got soap all over the entire hand. Maybe don't waste water while you're doing this whole process, but anyway, now go ahead and rinse them off. That's nice warm water. I didn't realize my hands were cold. We're rinsed and we're good. Dry off with a towel. Ideally one that's been cleaned sometime in the past couple weeks. Otherwise you should really wash your hands again. Damn it. So we have our 1/4 cup of butter, or you know, a half a stick. You can drop this right in, but we actually want to melt this. So I'm gonna cut this up into a couple pieces just so that it is going to melt a little faster. A few pieces, in we go, and into the microwave. Maybe just 30 seconds or so just to kind of melt the butter down. While that's going, we'll take the red hot and we will get the equal 1/4 cup. Maybe we'll wait till the bowl's out and pour it over the bowl so we don't make a mess. How's it coming there, guy? I thought that was a little closer. Maybe we'll do it over the bowl so we don't make a mess. It beat me that time. Butter's starting to melt, so we'll do 1/4 cup. This makes a good like medium heat sauce. If you want it hotter, more red hot. If you want it milder, more butter or less red hot. You know how fractions work of stuff. But this is what we do and this is what works for us. Another 30 seconds just to get those bits of butter to melt down. Or maybe 15 because that's making a lot of noise in there. So let's whisk that up. Still got chunks in there, so I'll drop that in for the last 15 of that run. We're almost done. I mean, we're waiting on the wings here to finish. The downside of an air fryer is that it takes a lot of time. You drop it in a hot vat of oil, it's done. It's like a couple minutes. Air fryer, you're waiting a little bit. Now, if you're doing wings as a side for something else, let's say you are baking your own pizza or something, then that's fine. You just kind of time this out so that it's ready when your pizza is ready. If you're doing wings themselves as a meal, which you can totally do, just make sure that you include some celery or something so you feel fancy and have kidded yourself into believing that it's a full and balanced meal. I suffer no delusions, so I have no such vegetable. That's mixed, but I'll give it just another 5 seconds. Oh, a lot of beeping. Now you're hot enough and stuff, and you are halfway through with the 18 minutes. That's very well timed, thank you. Grab some tongs, pull out your basket. Mine beeped because it was halfway through. It just kind of assumes that what you're doing in an air fryer, you're supposed to flip halfway through, and that is no less true with wings. Despite my best efforts to not get skin, you can actually kind of see right there that there is skin that is stuck to the side of the basket. Despite our best efforts, it's fine, do what you can, just it's gonna be a cleanup hassle at the end. Touch the basket. Basket's hot. Now that the skin is at least somewhat cooked, it's not gonna be as much of a sticking hazard, so it's fine as we flip it. We've got them all flipped. Dynamic shot. Boom, right back in. And it starts itself back up. Huzzah! Now we just wait another 9 minutes. When I do wings like this in an air fryer, if it is the meal, again, I know that I'm in for kind of a long haul with it. And they say that eating slower is better for you. If you're eating faster, then you don't realize when you're full and you keep eating. So this kind of is an artificial way of lengthening out your meal. So I'm gonna come back in 8 minutes now, pull those wings out, and we'll get them sauced up. Well, I've just come back from a wonderfully edifying 6-minute YouTube video. The sauce over here, separate's not quite the right word, but I'm just gonna give it one more little mix, make sure that the red hot and the butter are all thoroughly mixed. That has 10 seconds to go, which is just enough time for me to put this away, which I should have done 6 minutes ago. Pull out your wings, drop them into the bowl that you have mixed up your sauce in. I think maybe ideally it might be nice if they sit in there for at least 30 seconds, just until the fat has bubbled off that is going to, but whatever, it's fine. I'm impatient to get the second half of the wings started. So in these go. I should have seasoned those ahead of time. Let's take care of these, then I'll come back to those. You did do this in a bowl that you could cover, right? I did tell you to do that, right? I didn't? Well, do it in a bowl you can cover. Hopefully you haven't been following along live and you pre-watched this. Cover your bowl, because now comes the fun part. Except don't have too much fun because you'll probably let go of it and there will be chicken and buffalo sauce and possibly Pyrex everywhere. You don't want that. What you want is just a nice, even coating of sauce on your wings. And there we go. Let's give them a shot. Now, like I said, originally the recipe that I had seen was 12 minutes at 380 and then an extra 5 at 400 to crisp them up. These were done at 380 the entire time, but we'll give them a go, and you might even be able to hear there is still a little bit of a crunch to them. Yep, you definitely heard that. And absolutely delicious. The wings themselves adapt really well to other flavors. Basically anything that you've seen in a restaurant or a pizzeria, you can do yourself. I think I've got some. Yep, totally did. I've done these in barbecue and teriyaki before. Like I said, I'm going to look up some garlic parmesan to do as well. And in the video description below, you can find a few pointers for, I think garlic parmesan is going to actually be a recipe of some sort, because you'll have your garlic and your parmesan and whatever. So that will be a little bonus in the video description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and tasted today, make sure to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/boatercooksomething, and you can support me on Patreon, patreon.com/boaterbug. There's a whole bunch more links for social media and stuff down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you next week.